Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about food. And I was a little late. I had some connection trouble, but I am here and ready to go. So, Alonzo, welcome to class.
Fine, 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 Michaela. And how are you?
I'm doing really well. Glad to finally be in class. I had a stressful few minutes trying to connect, but now I can relax a little bit.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Yes, I. Okay, don't worry, Michaela.
All right, thanks, Alonzo. And Igor, welcome to class.
Thanks for welcoming me. Glad to be here for sure. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I love your picture of that cat. That's adorable. Is that your cat?
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh my gosh, so cute. All right. So today we're having conversation about food. I'm going to ask you guys a few questions to get our conversation started. Alonzo, do you like to cook?
Sorry?
Do you like to cook?
Uh, um, um, can you?
I put it in
Oh,
the chat box also. Do you
yes,
like to cook?
yes. I like to cook, uh, especially in weekends, at weekends,
On the weekends.
on the weekends.
What do you like to cook?
Well, I like to cook Spanish cook,
Spanish food?
Spanish food. Yes.
Like what?
Um, like squeezes. Can like squeezes. I think it's squeezes.
Cuisine?
No. Put that animal uh, who
Sausage.
who have eight eight feet.
8 feet?
Eight, eight, eight.
Spiders?
No. And, and, and live in the sea.
Oh, crabs.
Crabs. No, no,
Yeah.
no. Crabs is no crabs.
Lobsters?
No lobster.
Shrimp.
I'm
Shrimp.
sorry.
Gotta be shrimp.
Mm. What kind of animals is it? It's an animal of water or not?
Yes, it's sea
A fish.
on the water.
Ah, yeah, you can see the water.
Uh-huh.
Sounds, I guess.
Pool.
Oh,
Octopus.
octopus. What?
Octopus. Ah,
Exotic.
Octopus.
Oh my gosh. You like to cook octopus? That's a very interesting food. What does it taste like?
like chewing gum.
Sorry?
What does octopus taste like?
Well, it's it has a special flavor, like well, maybe like the chicken,
Hmm.
but uh, but with less savor. Uh, the,
Less salty?
Mm.
um, wha- it's difficult to define the flower of the food.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is.
yeah.
If you cook too much, octopus could be like a jelly and aspic of fish.
Oh,
A jelly of fish?
Yeah.
Jelly.
If you cook too much octopus, when you cook it,
So it's chewy.
yeah,
Chewy,
like
it's like
like
like chewing gum.
Wow, that sounds interesting. I've never tried octopus.
Oh,
But-
octopus is delicious if it
Yeah.
is well cooked.
So, Paco, you like to eat octopus as well?
Yes, of course, of course.
Of course, of course.
It is very, very tasty, but it must be very well cooked, like as they do in Galicia.
Ah,
So how do you cook it? Is it boiled? Is it fried?
They just boiled it. They just boiled it, and then with a little oil and I don't know how to say in English, pimentón, some kind of spices.
Yum.
Some kind
So
of
spiced
red,
and boiled.
red spicy and oil once it is boiled.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like marshmallows.
That sounds weird.
Marshmallows.
So, Vincenzo, you like octopus?
Yes, I like it. Yes,
But it's like marshmallows? How?
yeah, marshmallow.
Like salty
It's
marshmallows?
like yes, like chewing, the kind of chewing gum. But it's very tasty. No, it's tasty. It's like
Sounds
gum,
not
like a little gum. Yes. Yes, marshmallow.
Okay, like tasty marshmallows of the sea. Okay. Weird. Igor, have you had octopus before?
No, I haven't.
Well, what do you like to cook?
Well, I don't really like to cook, but I like to eat, so I need to cook
Ah,
from time to time. No octopi, but I like squids.
also an interesting choice. What is squid like? Similar to octopus?
It's a bit chewy. I don't know if it's like octopus.
How many food?
They say that octopus, when you eat it, it like
Many feet.
sucks up to you with these suckers on its tentacles, but
Yum.
squids don't. That's for sure. And I don't know the word, but it's like it's soft and flavory. Squids, and they make this is a great thing to add to some kind of salad, and it's a great appetizer, I think.
We have a seafood loving class here. Alessia, have you ever had octopus or squid?
Squid, I don't understand what is it. Could you write for me or spelling it?
I will
Okay.
write it in the chat box and find a picture for you because it is a
Squid.
beautiful and interesting looking
No,
animal.
squid.
And octopus, instead, the octopus I eat and I cooked. I know
Like on a
two
squid.
recipe, one with potatoes and like balsamic vinaigrette of Modena, by Modena. And another is like a Catalana recipe with celery, parsley, and peppers, and onion sometimes.
So you're quite the chef. You really know this stuff.
No, I like too much cook. I like so much cooking.
Do you see the picture of the squid here?
Ah, okay, squid. I ate this.
You guys are brave eaters, for sure. All right. So let's get another conversation question in here. When you're preparing food to eat, what goes through your mind? So, what do you think about when you're deciding what to have for dinner? And this time we'll start with Vincenzo. What do you think about when you're cooking or deciding what to eat that night?
I try to imagine what I like, teacher, Michael. So there are different kind of tastes. So sometimes I prefer to cook fish because I like it. But I like to cook in a simple way because something that already not frozen, something like that. I'm not a very good cook. No, I'm trying to spare, not to gain. How can I say? Not to lose time in order to cook. I don't like. And effectively, I don't. I don't. I'm not a good cook. Yes, I prefer
Okay.
to not pass much time cooking. Spend much time in cooking. Yes, so I want something very rapid, you know, very.
So you're kind of like Igor. You like to
Yeah,
eat, but
yeah,
you only cook because you
yeah.
have to.
Yes, I prefer some kind of food, but very precise. For example, I like, how can I say, merluzzo in English? Some.
Jellyfish? Medusa?
I'm going to translate because
Jellyfish?
no jellyfish. Yes, merluzzo. Yes, cod.
Ah,
Very simply with the lemon, oil and lemon. You know,
yum. That
boiled,
sounds good.
boiled, and it's very simple. But I like it because it's very, say, so sweet, so delicate. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
delicate. Yes.
Delicate.
Yeah, I like it very much. And
Very nice.
sometimes prefer also salami, other things like this, you know, have a bit of
Mm-hmm.
salami. Yes. Mm. So not very often, teacher, because I know I have to look at my my weight, not pay attention to my weight. So sometimes I have some salami or mortadella. How do you call it? Mortadella. Mm.
I,
Something.
mortadella, I think we call it the
Mortadella.
same thing.
Huh? Do you like it? No.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
So
have the
you
same?
have cold meats? Yeah,
No.
I think it's
Is
like
it?
thinly sliced meat, right?
Uh, do you have the same? See, I think.
I think so.
See, the same name. Mortadella. See.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See.
All right. So you like to have appetizers and then cook something
Yes.
healthy and fast.
Yeah.
Pop, your cooking habits are about to get ready to make something for dinner. What goes
Yeah.
through your mind? Is it fast? Is it health? Is it ingredients on hand? What do you think about? Paco, are you there?
Oh, yes, sorry. Well, the most tasty cook for me now is I have to use the Google Translate. Gula garlic.
What?
Garlic.
Garlic.
Gula
Garlic?
garlic.
What kind of garlic?
Gula.
Gula. Yes.
Gula.
Gula.
Put it in the chat box. Garlic, I understand. The other word, I'm a little.
Is it Indian food,
This is gula garlic.
Paco?
Yes,
Is it Indian food? Indian ingredient?
Genting.
Could you write it?
He
The
put it
gula
in the chat box.
Write
And
it in
I'll-
the chat box.
I'm going to transfer it to the other one as well.
Gula is a little fish. It's
Ah.
a little and long fish. You cook with oil and garlic and it is scrumptious.
It sounds delicious.
Yes, yes, it is. It is.
You guys are seafood lovers here.
And if you fried an egg and put into the plate, oh. I'm getting hungry.
What kind.
I'm getting very hungry.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
know what kind of fish is it. Kind of gula.
Google it. We'll have to find out.
Earthworm. Oh dear.
It's like earthworm. Alonzo, explain
Earthworm.
that comment. Earthworm? Like a bug? A sea worm? Gula is a sea worm? Like
Yes.
an eel. Like an eel, I guess. Right?
I put it in the
Sounds
chat box. I
weird.
put in I'll put in an image in the chat box.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. Ooh,
Ooh.
doesn't have hyperlink.
No.
I'll have to... All right, I'm going to put this up and see if I can... Nope.
This is bad. It's not good.
Yeah, it didn't work for me. Couldn't
No.
get to it. All right.
It's not a valid link.
Try that link one more time, and in the meantime, Igor, what do you think about when you're preparing food? Is it health? Is it how fast you can get the food out? How many ingredients it has in it? What do you think about?
Well, mostly are relishing the thought of me eating this food later.
Food eater. No, food eater.
So you just think about like what would be the most delicious thing for you to be eating?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't give a well maybe it's a bit rude, but I don't give a damn about how healthy the food is going to be.
I see. What about
Is that-
ingredients? What if it's a complex recipe? Does that scare you?
Well, I'm not that good enough at cooking to make some kind to cook something with a complex recipe. I usually, when I cook, it's either because I'm bored or because I don't have money to go to a restaurant. So it's usually something really simple, fast, and something
Got
that doesn't require a lot of money.
Got it.
Also,
And
I like to cook also if there is some kind of a celebration, then I can make some kind of a dessert.
yeah, that makes it fun. And dessert is a great thing to cook.
So
Awesome.
this is why I don't really care if it's gonna be healthy, because I don't really cook that much. So I'm not at risk of losing my health because of my unhealthy cooking.
All right. Alonzo, what goes through your
What is
mind
it?
when you cook? Did you have a question, Vincenzo?
Yes.
See, man, I would like to know about you, teacher. Now, yes.
Got
It's
me?
absolutely well.
Okay, I'll go
Yes.
after Alonzo.
Yes,
Alonzo,
absolutely.
tell
Yes,
us.
yes.
Okay, when I invite at my house, I prefer prepare something fast. For example, I cook salmon in salmon with mustard and species.
Yum. I'm coming to your house tonight for dinner.
Mhm.
That sounds really good.
Frequently, I put rice.
Healthy choice.
The-
So you're really good at cooking fish? So when you're cooking, Alonzo, you decide what's the easiest, what's the fastest, what's the most delicious.
No, for me, the cook, the food must be delicious and easy to prepare.
Mm.
I don't prefer the uh, 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 I don't prefer something very sophisticated.
Sophisticated.
Yes, more sophisticated. I, I don't like to pass hours and hours in the kitchen. I prefer to talk with my guests and maybe take a drink like wine and you know I,
Mhm.
I prefer that, yes, but the food uh, is special too.
Mhm. True.
Yes.
That sounds similar to the way I cook. I
Yeah.
usually I'm a vegetarian, so
Uh,
usually I have to have specific ingredients. I can't have anything that most people cook with because most people cook with chicken or pork or beef. I use a lot of beans and a lot of lentils, but for
mhm.
me, it's really important that I use a recipe that doesn't have like 15 ingredients because sometimes vegetarian food is really complex and you need like
Mm.
so many exotic spices and stuff, and I don't have the patience for that.
Mm.
So I try to find recipes that have just a few ingredients, and that's vegetarian. Those are my
How do you,
only two things.
yes. How do you get proteins, teacher?
Beans, lentils, even
Lentils.
spinach has a little bit of protein in
Spinach.
it, but there's
Okay.
also milk and cheese, my favorite.
Do you feel say enough or is sufficient or not?
Oh,
Or
I think
sometimes
so.
you have the nostalgia of something else. Something else.
Well, I used to, when I first started becoming a
Ah.
vegetarian, I used to miss meat a lot, but now I don't even think about it. And meat
Ah.
kind of smells like cat food. Doesn't really smell
Mm.
good anymore.
Mm. Okay.
So it's funny. All right, and Alessia, tell us, what do you think about when you're preparing a meal? What's most important to you?
Well, there are different type of kind of situation, and it depends if I'm, for example, in Dublin or in Italy.
Ah,
Only because yeah, I don't have any tools, many tools, and so yeah, I have to cook uh, ordinary and simple meal. And yeah, I don't organize like a dinner with the friends or a nice, a pretty nice dinner with my fiancé. So yeah, I cooking so fast, but obviously I like to cook and invent a new plot. So sometimes I try to invent or I mix up a new ingredients, and I love too much. I love so much eat ethnical food and vegetarian too. Sometimes I have easy and with a few ingredients. And when I am in Italy, I love to organize a big dinner with the friends. So sometimes I have a team for a dinner, or I try to cooking something up with my friends. So it's different because I relax myself while I cook, while I'm cooking, and I have like a pleasure
Mhm.
while I do it, um, and that's all.
So you don't like to order a pizza?
No, I like all food. So I like to take away,
Yeah.
order to home, try a new restaurant, a new kind of plot, ingredient, cultural. In the last period, I don't eat more meat because I feel it's not a good action.
Mhm.
All right.
I appreciate your philosophy of life.
Very
Michaela.
nice. Thank you very much. And I have the next question ready for you guys. We're going to go the opposite direction this time, starting with Alessia. So, Alessia, what kind of food
Yeah.
do you think is the best in the world? And I mean, like, what country has the best cuisine, in your opinion?
Mm.
Is it your native Italy or foreign?
Yeah, I think the first one is my country, Italy, but only because typical made food and if I have a comparison with the USA, for example, I see that many ingredients are come from a big industry with a chemical inside, and nobody reads the little paper on the I don't know the name on the package.
The label.
Okay. And we have a different kind of number of plots. So, for example, we have entree is like the aperitifs could be, and
The
the first
appetizer?
plot, yeah, the first plot with the pasta and, as you know, rice and some vegetal soup. And so, if I compare with France, for example, they have a great cuisine for me. I taste for a long time in many parts in different parts of France. But you have only a main course and some appetites.
Appetizer.
Appetites.
Mhm.
And obviously, if I speak about a sweet, I prefer France or the north of Europe country because, for example, Austria, they have a traditional cake like Sachertorte, and they are specialized to make it.
Okay. So your heart is with your native Italian cuisine, but for
Yeah,
sweets, you prefer Austria.
I prefer. It's good. So I love Japanese because
Yes,
they
yes,
cook
yes, Japanese.
a good
Yeah.
fish,
Yes, me
fresh
too.
fish. I love, for example, a cheeseburger from Ireland or USA. I love Asian food, Indian food. Uh, I'm
Sushi.
All
a
right.
great eater.
That's a
Not
pretty
only a
thorough
cooker.
covering of the world.
Yeah, I have to practice many gym and exercise because I ate a lot.
All right. Alonzo, give us your thoughts. What do you think is the best cuisine of the world? Is it Chilean?
No, no. I think Chilean cook is very poor
Hmm.
because don't have many plates or special plates. I like, for example, I think the best best cook it's a Peruvian cook.
Peruvian.
Peruvian cook. Yes. Uh,
Peruvian?
Peruvian.
Peruvian. Yes. Peruvian cook. I think they have a good cook because uh, because they mix uh, the three kind of cuisines like China food, African food, and and Inca food.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah,
Yes,
that mix is very special. In Brazil, I think the Brazilian cook is very interesting because they mix also Brazilian cook and sorry, African cook with with Portuguese cook.
Cuisine. So that would
Yes,
be Brazilian cuisine is
yes,
Portuguese cuisine and African cuisine.
yeah, yes, and I think when a country mix different cultures, the cuisines involved in interesting. Yes, but I think the African influence at the cuisine for me is very interesting. Yes, I think yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. So South American for you is the top. We have Peruvian, Brazilian,
Yes.
but South American is your favorite.
Yes. Yes, I think.
All right. Igor, what do you think is the best cuisine in the world?
Russian.
Russian. Okay. So why do you think Russian is the best?
Because I'm a bit prejudged here. I'm Russian. But I like the food here because it's not really spicy, but it's still pungent. It has a lot of flavors, and we achieve that without using too much spice. And I really hate spice because if I eat something with too much spice in it, then I'm going to get heartburn. So
Get what? To get what?
heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
It's when the acid in your stomach is too sweet, and you get this burning feeling in your stomach, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really kills me. I don't like it at all. When I have a heartburn, just heartburn. Yeah.
Like the Arabic.
All right.
And I think the most famous Russian food, maybe you heard of it, is borscht.
And that sometimes is vegetarian. I love borscht.
Yeah, but I think the second most famous one is pelmeni. It's like
What?
Antonio can know what ravioli are. Do you know what ravioli are?
Uh-huh.
And this is like ravioli, but it's cooked a
Yum.
little bit different. And the origins of it are quite much older, like from the 9th century. It's when Russia was about to grow, like to just and what do? This is some kind of meatballs, usually pork and beef, like 70% of beef and 30% of pork. Then you wrap it into dough and boil it in the water for about 15 minutes.
Yum.
And this why this kind of meal is really juicy in the inside. Like dough really keeps all the juice from the meatballs inside, and it really tastes good. And you can.
Do they have a dessert in Russia?
What? Sorry, you cut out.
Dessert.
Dessert? Well, the most famous is an ice cream. People really like making their own ice creams and buy ice creams.
Ice cream in Russia? Isn't it so cold? Why would you want ice cream?
Russia is not that cold. It's kind of looks like it. For example, I live in Siberia, and
Ice cream
all of
flambe.
Americans or people that has nothing to do to Siberia say, "Oh, that's cold," but right now it's 38 Celsius behind the window.
Ice cream flambe, no?
Not 38. It's so the only time of the year when it's can get really cold is winter. And sometimes can
Oh,
be
the only time of the year is 6 months when it's terribly cold. Okay.
no, it's not 6 months. Don't exaggerate. It's about 4 months. Maybe not 3 months, but 4 months.
I'm not used to the cold.
You can go. You can come here and you will get used to it really quick. Because
Are you coldy?
maybe it may
How can you say it? Coldy?
look like cold, but
Hold on, one at a time.
it may look
Igor,
like
finish what you were saying, and then we'll go to
Excuse me.
Vincenzo.
it may look like it's really cold here. Like if you look at the temperature, it may be like minus 15 Celsius, but it's dry. It's dry outside. It is usually it's not windy, so this minus 15 are like minus 5, so it's not really that bad.
If you say so, okay. All
Maybe
right,
I'm
and Vincenzo,
I'm
did you
just
want to say
getting the
something?
thick
No,
skin.
I wanted to know if how can you say I can say you are cold, you know, for a person that is suffering the cold, you know, you can say
Like a sickness?
to a coldy person, coldy.
Maybe when they're shivering?
Yes, a
When
person,
they're like
when a person doesn't
shaking,
like
they're so cold, they're
yes.
shivering?
Yeah, like coldy person. No, how do you say? Are you a coldy person? No.
A person who doesn't like cold?
Yes, but there is an adjective in this
I don't
sense.
know.
Coldy. Are you coldy? No, it's
Cold? We use the same. Cold. Are you cold?
no.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see, what were we talking about? Oh, Paco, right. So, Paco, what is your favorite cuisine of the world?
Oh, it's certainly, undoubtedly, the Spanish cuisine.
And why is it Spanish cuisine?
Oh, no doubt. It's from the seafood, the meats, the vegetarian food, any kind of. It's the variety we have in Spain. It's amazing. You know, we have, I think, thousands of towns here in Spain. And every town has its own typical dish. You know, the variety here in Spain is.
So it's diverse.
Yes, and the taste. The taste here is, you know, the Mediterranean food, the north of Spain food. You realize that when you travel abroad. When you travel abroad, you realize the difference with the Spanish cuisine. Italy is good, Brazilian. Every country has its own, but the Spanish cuisine is the best of all, without any doubt.
All right, and Vincenzo, you're the last one to get to answer this. What is your favorite cuisine of the world?
I must say we are the inventor of pizza. So our cuisine, apart our cuisine, but yes, our pizza is famous all over the world. Also, the Spanish are going to eat pizza, our pizza. But I don't know if this like our pizza, Italian pizza, yeah, or Napolitan pizza. Yes, this is one of the plates, but we also have a lot of plates, a variety of plates. The most, I think, the most the better cuisine in Italy is, I think, it's the Emilian cuisine from Bologna, other countries near Bologna. They have the exquisite dishes, exquisite dishes. I must say, for me, yes, I uh, prefer also the Japanese cuisine. Japanese cuisine. I like sushi, and I like frieds. How they are going to fry something, because when you have eaten, you don't feel any problem. You have any problem, notwithstanding you are eating frieds. You know. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried this? Yes, it seems like that you have not eaten when you have finished. Yes.
Ah, yeah, you could eat them and eat them and eat them
Yes,
forever.
yes, I like it. Yes. Apart from this, I'm not much experience about other kind of cuisine. You know? And I know that, for example, I don't like French cuisine because they are using a lot of sauces. So,
Hmm.
yes, and too much for me. Too much sauces. I can't really feel come si dice, the real taste of the food sometimes, because they are using a lot of sauce. Lot of sauce.
Interesting.
Yes. I don't know about other cuisine. Yeah.
All right. And the last question I have for you guys today, and we're going to have to do this one quickly, is about GMOs, genetically modified food. I want to know what your thoughts are about GMOs. And I'm going to screen share the question just in case. What do you think of
Yes.
genetically modified
We say OGA.
food? And okay, so the same thing, just a little reverse, right?
Yes.
And this time I'm going to ask you guys to put your thoughts in the chat box. So write 1 or 2 sentences telling me what you think about GMOs. Hopefully I'll get time to read some of them before.
Genetically modified organism. Yeah. Well, I don't like teacher. I don't.
Excellent. So put your thoughts in the chat for us.
In the chat. Yeah.
All right. So Alonzo, you think that GMOs are a big problem for vegetarians? Why is that? I don't hear you, Alonzo.
Okay. Well, because the VGO, MGO,
Mm-hmm.
it's frequently about grains like
Mm-hmm.
beans
Mm-hmm.
and rice, and well, the vegetarians, the main food it's
Beans and
grains,
rice. Mm-hmm.
like
Totally.
soya,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes vegetarians eat protein through the soy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soya
and
beans.
it's very common.
All right. I wish we had time for more today, but we have already hit the hour mark, and I have one more class coming up today. So I'm going to finish this one so I can start my next, but I want to thank you all for coming and participating and giving me your thoughts in the chat box, even though we did not get to discuss all of them. And any last comments or questions before we have to leave?
No, thanks.
Okay. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. Very kind. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for all.
Bye.